Hi, this is Sanat Pantla, and this is the PFAS toxicology project. The uses of PFAS include that food is often packaged in PFAS-containing material and are processed with equipment that use PFAS, or food that is grown in PFAS-contaminated soil or water. PFAS is also in many commercial household products, including stain and water repellent fabrics, non-stick products like Teflon, polishes, waxes, paints, and cleaning products, and the foam and fire extinguisher. In fact, PFAS is actually a major source of groundwater contamination, especially at airports and military bases where firefighting training occurs. It is also used in the workplace, especially including specific facilities such as manufacturers, landfills, wastewater treatment plants, firefighter training facilities, etc. And it can also be found in drinking water localized and associated with these specific facilities. In terms of chemical structure, PFAS contains a chain of carbon atoms bonded to fluorine atoms. Some of these PFAS also have a functional group at the end of the chain. PFAS is a persistent organic pollutant and is also considered an emerging contaminant, because it stays extremely persistent in the environment and is resistant to degradation processes. In the environment, PFAS is introduced to the environment usually, and it does not really occur naturally in the environment. And the ways that they're typically introduced include runoff from industrial processes and also from the firefighting foams, which are used in the military, airport authorities, and local fire and rescue agencies. And these foams are also the reason why PFAS is found in groundwater and also in the environment. There's also a lot of risk associated with the PFAS contaminant. PFAS can actually lead to many adverse health outcomes for humans. In fact, if humans or animals inject PFAS, typically by eating or drinking food or water that contains PFAS, it can actually accumulate in their bodies and end up passing through the food chain. And studies indicate that there's lots of reproductive and developmental issues in the liver and kidneys of laboratory animals. In terms of present and future threats to the safety of our environment, PFAS has a present threat to the safety of our environment because it's been currently and accumulating in food chains as animals eat other plants and animals that have already been exposed to PFAS. The effects of these PFAS chemicals include changes in the hormone level and in liver, thyroid, and pancreatic function. Even though some of the PFAS compounds like PFOA and PFOS are not manufactured in the US anymore, they can still be widely affected due to its persistence within the environment. How long does it remain active in the environment? PFAS can actually last 8 years in our bodies as well as in other animals, which can lead to accumulation over time. In fact, chemicals like PFOA and PFOS do not actually really degrade in the environment. And this is actually the case with 3M's site, and 3M's a tape manufacturer that's actually pretty well known for dumping the PFAS chemical, and it doesn't actually degrade that much in the environment. So it stays for a long time. And that's why it's persistent. Is a contaminant volatile? It's actually pretty volatile and is prone to moving into the air from the soil and water. And how does it break down? It actually does not really break down easily at all and has the unique ability to leach through soils relatively easily and is quite mobile. What habitats or species are most affected by it, and how does it display its effect? Many of the species that are on the higher end of the food chain, including humans and other mammals, are highly affected by it. And this effect is mainly displayed through bioaccumulation and magnification. In terms of exposure, what are the symptoms associated with it? There's a lot of adverse effects because when PFAS actually comes into our body, it becomes readily absorbed and binds to proteins in blood. And PFAS accumulates mainly in the organs such as liver, kidney, spleen, testicles, and brain. The approximate toxic dose, I couldn't find much information regarding this, and I looked in a lot of places. In terms of life stages being more sensitive than others, being young and exposed to PFAS will result in more weaknesses than if you're older. And in terms of its effects being synergistic or antagonistic, their effects are actually synergistic, and they can actually lead to asthma development when combined with other chemicals. In terms of laws and legislation, the Safe Drinking Water Act is legislation that is established by the EPA, and they also establish MCLs, which are maximum contaminant levels. However, these are not assessed for the PFAS chemicals. Also, the Toxic Substances Control Act is in place for the PFAS chemicals, and the CERCLA or Superfund provides the government government the ability to address environmental releases in some circumstances. And the EPA is designating PFOA and PFOS as hazardous substances by the CERCLA Act. And the Clean Air Act is also trying to phase out some specific chemicals in the PFAS family. In terms of substitutes, there's other substitutes like PFAS and other PFCs like perfluorobutane, sulfonate PFBS, and also fluorotelomers. And that is the PFAS toxicology project.